The security dilemma is one of the most important concepts in international politics. Academics use it to explain why World War I occurred, which is why I'm here today in Flanders Field. I'm not really, I'm in a park in Leeds. The security dilemma helps us understand why governments who don't even want to go to war with each other end up going to war with each other. But to make sense of this, we have to understand two levels of dilemma within it. The first is interpretation, the second is response. Imagine you and me are on a small island. We're strangers, we don't know each other. One day you see me pick up a stick. Why has he picked up that stick? So here you have the first dilemma of interpretation. You cannot know what's going on in my mind. You do not know the true intentions, the true motives. This is the other mind's problem in international politics. Have I picked up the stick out of boredom? Have I picked up the stick out of self-defense? Or have I picked up the stick to attack you with it? This brings us on to the second dilemma regarding response. You could walk over to me and try and open up dialogue to establish my motives, or you might just get a bigger stick yourself. If you get a bigger stick and then I see you've got a bigger stick, now I'm faced with the interpretation dilemma. Why have you got a bigger stick? Are you going to attack me with it? There's lots of uncertainty, lots of paranoia, lots of fear going on, and I get myself a bigger stick. If you get a bigger stick and I get a bigger stick and you get a bigger stick and I get a bigger stick, we're in an arms race. And some argue that this is exactly how World War I began. As states who never really wanted to go to war with each other in the first place ended up sliding into war. In international politics, billions is spent on defence, but to other countries that might look like attack. It's how they interpret it. And then they have to make a decision on how they're going to respond. Some academics argue that the security dilemma cannot be resolved, that we live in this tragic perpetual cycle of mistrust and fear which pushes and prods states into war. Others argue that we can mitigate the impact of the security dilemma. We can build bonds of trust even between enemies, and we're going to talk about that next week in T4 Trust. On a final note, just to clarify, I do not get paid to do these videos. I've had some strange questions thinking I get funded from all sorts of different organisations. I certainly do not. If I did, I'd ask them for some gloves because I'm absolutely freezing. So yeah, knowledge should be free. If you want to share this, by all means do so. I'm out here, it's too cold.